The village was small, quiet, and often forgotten by the world. People lived close to one another, but their hearts were far apart. Everyone worked for themselves. Everyone protected their own name, their own land, their own pride. They believed integrity meant standing alone, never bending, never depending on others, and because of that belief, they were slowly breaking from the inside. In this village lived a young man named Aarav. He was not the strongest, not the richest, and not the loudest, but he observed deeply. Every morning he watched people walk past each other without greeting. He saw neighbors arguing over small boundaries, small words, small misunderstandings. He felt something was missing, but he did not yet have words for it. One year, a long drought came. The river that once fed the land became thin and weak. Crops began to fail. Fear entered every home. Each family started saving only for themselves. Wells were locked. Food was hidden. People believed that protecting their own resources was the highest form of honesty. "I must protect what is mine," they said. "That is my integrity." But integrity without unity is fragile. It looks strong, but it breaks under pressure. Aarav noticed that when one farmer lost his crops, no one helped. When one family had no water, others turned away. Slowly, the village began to suffer more, not because of the drought, but because of separation. Hunger grew faster than the dry land. One evening, Aarav stood near the old meeting tree in the center of the village. No one gathered there anymore. But that night, he spoke loudly, not with anger, but with calm truth. His voice was steady, even though his hands were shaking. "We believe integrity means standing alone," he said. "But true integrity is not about isolation. It is about responsibility. Responsibility to ourselves and to each other." People stopped. They listened, not because he was powerful, but because his words felt honest. "If one house falls," Aarav continued, "and we do nothing, the village becomes weaker. If one person lies and others stay silent, the truth becomes smaller. Integrity is not just what I do when I am alone. It is what we protect together." Some people laughed. Some ignored him, but a few stayed behind. One farmer stepped forward, then another. They began talking. They shared their fears. For the first time in years, they listened instead of defending. The next day, something small but powerful happened. Two families shared water. One farmer gave seeds to another. It was not a big solution, but it was a start. Unity did not arrive as a loud promise. It arrived as a quiet decision. As days passed, more people joined. They created shared wells. They planned crops together. They spoke honestly when mistakes were made. When someone cheated, they did not hide it. They corrected it, not with shame, but with support. The drought did not end quickly, but something else changed. People were no longer alone in their struggle. Their strength multiplied because it was shared. And with unity came integrity. Not the kind that stands rigid and proud, but the kind that bends to protect what matters. Aarav realized something important during this time. Unity is not about agreeing on everything. It is about respecting truth together. It is about choosing honesty even when it is uncomfortable. It is about standing side by side, not because it is easy, but because it is right. One night, the rain finally came, soft at first, then steady. The village did not celebrate loudly. They stood together, feeling the same drops, knowing they survived not just because of water, but because they changed. Years later, people asked Aarav how the village was saved. He did not talk about the rain. He did not talk about plans or systems. He said one simple line: "Unity is integrity in action." Because integrity without unity is lonely, and unity without integrity is weak. But when they come together, they create something unbreakable. This story is not only about a village, it is about us. In our lives, we often think being strong means standing alone. We think honesty is personal, private, silent. But real integrity shows itself when we care about the whole, not just our part. When you help someone stand, you protect your own values. When you speak truth together, lies lose power. When you unite for what is right, integrity becomes visible. Unity does not remove your identity, it strengthens it. Just like one thread is weak, but many threads become a rope. Just like one voice is quiet, but many voices become a movement. Remember this, you do not lose integrity by standing with others. You lose it when you turn away from truth and responsibility. So choose unity, choose shared honesty, choose courage together. Because unity is not weakness. Unity is integrity.